Although I started investing in property in 1973, it was not until 2003 that I established my current company, Fineside Developments. And I worked through a couple of renovations, bought some investment properties, and then in 2005 decided to start looking for some land, achieved planning, and completed my first build in 2006. Alongside that, I was running a different business, a petrol station, and I relinquished that in 2007 when Tesco's took over, and decided to move away from the area that I was living in, which was Loch Gilphead, and moved to Perth. And so in 2007 I started to look for my next project. And it was actually 2007 going into 2008 when I found it. And what it was a house with an extended piece of ground where I felt that I could achieve planning. And this is why I bought it. And as you see from the diagram, here's the existing house. And I felt if I could take down the garage to the left here, then it would give a narrow plot, but something at least wide enough to put a house on. And my assumptions were correct in that, because we achieved planning in 2008. And then I went to get finance. In fact, I actually had finance arranged for it, and was unable to raise additional finance because I realized by the time that I knew what was exactly going to be built on there that I wasn't going to have enough funds to be able to do it. And by this time the global financial crisis had really kicked in, and banks that previously were trying to chuck money at me just wouldn't even look at it. They looked at it, but they just said they had, as they put it, no appetite to lend. And so my strategy sort of I say fell apart, in as much as that I couldn't carry on with the build, and I had a house which was in severe need of refurbishment if I was going to sell it on realistically. And therefore what I did was I actually rented it out, and I was very fortunate. I had the same tenant rent it for the next 8 years, taking us up to 2016. To be honest, the rental income coming in from it was about 15% gross, over 10% net, because interest rates had dropped as well. So I had a mortgage on it. I had bought it not at the top of the market, because I'd already started to see the market was dropping. They had previously had offers for 227,000 on this property, which was really quite ridiculous. I managed to secure it at 180,000, but of course that registered the value of that property, and it was difficult for me because it was a kind of a unique property. In other words, there weren't a lot of property, there was no similar properties to it, and so it became very difficult to actually get a true valuation on it. Having the tenants then, having decided to buy their own house in 2016, moved out, and I didn't want to hold on to it as a rental property, and so therefore I embarked on a renovation. So principally in this video, although this is not the type of thing that I typically do, I'm going to show you this renovation project. And in this video, what I want to do is basically show you the current state, or the current state it was in 2016 before the renovation took place. Here we are moving up the driveway of the house, and I'm going to pretty much just let the pictures and short video clips unfold the story, and you will see the sort of the outside of the house. You will see the condition of the garden, and you will see the full house inside. You will see that it wasn't particularly well looked after at the time when I rented out originally. I gave it a makeover. I completely put new carpets in. I refurbished the kitchen with new cupboard doors, although I didn't fit a full kitchen, but I refurbished it, not expecting really to actually to hold on to the property long, and so therefore I wanted to do a full proper refurbishment when I came to sell it, not expecting that to be 8 years ahead of the time. And you'll also see that it wasn't particularly well looked after, but I was quite content. I was getting the revenue coming in, and I have to be honest, I relied on the tenants letting me know if there was any particular issues, which I sorted in a timely manner, but I wasn't really inspecting this property. Anyway, I'll let you see for yourself and come back to you at the end of this video. So there we have it. You've seen how the house is looking in its current, when I say current state, of course it's not, I've since sold it on and everything worked out, but I want to show you what it was in its state before I started the renovation on this property. And so in future videos, what I'm going to do is going to do a series of videos. I'm not quite sure exactly how many, but you will see this progress, and then obviously ultimately you're going to see how it turned out. So I'm going to focus on different areas of the house, certain rooms in the house. We'll focus in the outside of the house and how we renovated that, and the garden finally to complement and see it off. And then I'll reveal to you how much we managed to sell it for and the profit that was made. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now so that you can be notified of all future videos. And if you feel this is of interest to your friends, let them know too. Look forward to speaking to you on the next video.